I didn't sleep last night. I literally spent the whole night just like playing through the performance over and over and over again. It feels like I'm starting again. I'm not going into it being like, oh, I've done this before. It doesn't feel like that. It feels completely different, to be honest, and a lot more nerve-wracking. So I've had, I think in total, 5 days of rehearsal. That's including production, which isn't a lot for such a huge performance, but you know, that's what we had to work with. I mean, sometimes I actually prefer not having too much time because it means I have to just like crack on with it and, you know, get to business.
Trapdoor's scarier.
So we're going to do
Fall through that. It's actually bigger than I thought it was going to be.
The trapdoor idea was always something I wanted to do. I wanted to do it in the video originally, but just, you know, the kind of creative change along the way. So that was the first thing I asked Dan, could we do together?
Cool.
But I did think when I got to rehearsal, especially production, and I looked at the trapdoor, I was just like, what have I done?
What have I done?
Nobody panic.
I don't know what I've done to myself. Like, the more I'm looking, I'm like, you fucking idiot. BRITs performance, you decided to fall through a fucking trapdoor before you start singing, you lunatic.
I've pushed and pushed to have that gag. There was one point where I turned it down, I was like, I wonder if we don't do this one. He was like, no, you're doing it. But standing on that trapdoor in an arena, it feels so much higher and you're like looking out into the abyss. So it's 10 times scarier. And the first time we practiced it, the drop didn't come on cue, it was late. So I was just standing there, just waiting, not knowing when it was going to drop. It was literally like the Tower of Terror, except you're not even strapped in.
I think for Jade, the trapdoor is way harder, but for me, I'm really worried about the arm just because it's a really big mechanical trick. But both of them are pretty terrifying, so, you know, I'm glad I'm not doing it.
So Dan Shipton is my creative director for this performance. I've worked with him for years with Little Mix, and we knew that we wanted to do like costume changes, do the most, have all these gags. Tell them how to find.
It's actually not too bad. Compared to the trapdoor, nothing is scary. Literally just traumatising myself through this performance.
Feels very theatrical on stage, like we're watching the story, but in a more sort of, I guess, avant-garde way.
We start with a puppet theatre with the sample of a puppet on a string inspiring the idea of Jade and Em being little puppets. We also see these little angels controlling Jade's world, and that's like a really nice little metaphor for how she sees the angel of my dreams.
I don't want to like say a super exciting idea and people are like, oh, I don't think that's going to work, or I don't want to do that, or whatever. No. We all have to be on board with the chaos and the crazy ideas, and we make it happen.
Bye.
We've got a wedding scene, we've got a puppet show, we've got a trapdoor, a wig change, dancing on a table, a lift, another costume change, then a dance break, then I do a fight scene, and then I punch the person that's on stage, and then I run to my lift for the final angel fly moment whilst putting another headpiece on my head, and I'm singing the whole thing live. I've always been a more is more girl. Like, I love pop music with all my heart. I love being a pop artist. So when I think, what do I want to see from a pop star on stage, it's everything. It's the bells and whistles, it's the costumes, it's the gags, dancing, singing, obviously. That's what I want to do, and that's what I want to create for my fans.
Well, I've obviously spoken to Jade about her ambitions, and the ambitions are, as expected, very high. I'm very excited because you cannot say that Jade is not a woman who doesn't try and do the most. You cannot say that. And on that account, you know, I think then she's already winning because she's ambitious. I love that about her.
This is going to be such a hectic day. Oh dear. So this is the look for the red carpet. Again, very flamboyant, very out there. Didn't want to do a sort of safe look on the carpet.
This is stunning.